All right, everyone, welcome back into another props video. Going to be touching on the top prop bets on PrizePicks today for Taco Tuesday. As you can see, the first taco is going to be Cameron Johnson for over his points here of 12.5. As always, guys, we are just going to be taking the discounts and playing those. We also have another bet that I want to call it as well, if you guys haven't used it yet as well. We are getting a free square in college basketball as well. Obviously, we should be taking advantage of the discounts and the free squares whenever they are made available. Now, let's go ahead and stick with college basketball. We are getting one really good prop bet here, and that's going to be Miles Bird to get over his fantasy score. This is a bet that's been on the board for over 24 hours now as a good bet, so you probably have already gotten to it if you are a 9to5 site member. Okay, so this one, it has went up slightly by 0.5, and if we look at the underdog line, they are still a little bit higher than PrizePicks as well. This game is taking place tonight as well, so if you want to get some action and more on some prop bets that are taking place today, this is a good one to go out and target. The average sportsbook line has went up slightly as well, so the average sportsbook line is at 32.5. Projection to about 31 as well. So a seemingly good bet there. It's the second best bet that we have on the board, actually. The best bet is going to be Connorway for over his fantasy score. Now, he does get a tough matchup going against Kentucky. This game has a chance to end up being a blowout here, but we do like the game log from him. Maybe even the blowout run actually helps him get there where Kentucky gets their subs in and he ends up playing his normal minutes. Tough to say for sure, but this is clearly a pretty big edge with the current Vegas lines for him. Giving him about 38 for a fantasy score, and then the projection data also really likes the over here. Again, with these college basketball lines, it is always nice to be able to compare against underdog just to make sure we are getting that true edge on PrizePicks, but still a good edge there. Another one that we have is going to be Draymond Green for under his fantasy score. Three really good standout prop bets here. So jumping into the NBA tab, we can already see that this is seemingly probably a good bet as well. So he averages the over here, but when you adjust it for the matchup, all expectations are that he does get this under here, Draymond Green that is. Look at the game log as well. It has been basically every other for quite some time. But again, when we adjust it for this matchup with Milwaukee, chances are he does end up getting the under here. Now, in the last game against Milwaukee, it is worth calling out. They was able to get the over in that game, but all in all, I think we're okay getting to that one there for the under for Draymond Green. While we're in the NBA tab, let's go ahead and take a peek at another prop bet that we were getting. Evan Mobley for under his fantasy score. This is the only other NBA bet that has an over 54% likelihood or better to hit. Evan Mobley over his last several games has somewhat been struggling, only getting the over 3 times over his last 8 games. Okay, so not terrible there. Again, looking at the matchup, that's part of the reason as to why the under is somewhat favorited there. He does average the over as well, but Vegas liking the under there. I think we're going to be comfortable getting to that one as well. So we go ahead and jump back into the 9to5 cheat sheet here, and we are getting several of really good PrizePicks prop bets. Now, I do want to call it what I want to be doing with college basketball prop bets is attacking a lot of the same bets. Okay, so typically speaking with college basketball, there's a lot of good days with it, especially the days in which the bets are all telling us the same thing. And so what I mean by that is we have a bunch of over fantasy score bets that we can be attacking, and we also have a few under fantasy score bets that we can be attacking as well. For whatever reason, there's just some days where PrizePicks is better than Vegas. Because this is a combination stat where we're combining a bunch of different stats, sometimes PrizePicks is better. Most of the time, not. It's been a pretty nice edge. And what we can see here, guys, is we are getting so many good bets, 54% or better bets here. Okay, so as always, I'd love to be able to compare these against underdog, but we're just not getting those lines. Now, one bet that I do want to call because it's kind of a fun bet is Knox for over his fantasy score. Now, when we're looking at the game log, obviously we don't like that there, but in this matchup, these two teams faced off earlier in the year. He got the over. He actually had 24 points alone in that game. Now, I'm pulling up his game log here from RotoWire here. It is interesting kind of looking at it, guys. So 29 minutes in the last game, 22, 22, 25. This that directly correlates with really why he has been able to get the overs recently. I'm not sure why that is. The usage rates have been still decently high. It's probably just not playing good ball is really what it comes down to. And so again, getting a matchup against a team that he did go off against earlier on in the year, could see that game there. It is risky. I could see why you guys wouldn't want to bet this. I could see why, to me, this is a bet where if you're not betting the over, you're not betting the under, you're just staying away from it. Very interesting that the Vegas data does like the over there, though. But that is a bet that takes place today, so I did want to call out. And so, again, guys, with the amount of good bets that we are getting, this is a great spot. Great spot to begin exposure to basically all of these, okay? There's so many good college basketball prop bets, and the tough part about telling you guys which ones to be on is that chances are there's a 6-slip bet to be hit here. Let's say a 5-slip bet. The chances of me giving you guys that one directly is a little bit less likely. That's going to happen over time, but really what we should be doing is just gain exposure to all these top prop bets and then hoping that we get lucky there with the 6 or 5 slip bet being on our side. So with that, guys, I'm just going to be betting on these. Let's go with these top 6 bets that I've highlighted here, guys. And that is going to be the 9 to 5 bet of the day for today for Taco Tuesday. But again, we have plenty of other bets that if you guys want to use those, you can go ahead and use those. Will be interesting again to see what the underdog lines come out to be as well. But that's going to be all, guys. Quick and easy video. If you guys want access to any of the tools that you saw in this video, head on over to 9to5sports.com. Get access to those tools for just $10 a month. Thanks for watching. Good luck. And as always, let's keep cashing.